Hello friends, I'm Smita and welcome to my channel Divine Vibrations. I hope you're all doing well today. This reading is for Venus, which is entering the sign of Virgo on 23rd, and we will check what will be the effect of this change on our lives. I will be pulling cards for individual zodiac sign and I will also give you some information about the astrology of this change. But before we get into the reading, I would like to thank all my subscribers and viewers. And I would also like to tell you that as a token of gratitude, I will be selecting 3 subscribers for every reading who will get a 15 minutes free tarot card reading. What you need to do is you will first have to subscribe to the channel, like the video I have posted, share the video on your channel, maybe Facebook or Pinterest or Instagram or LinkedIn. You can share the video on your account, take a screenshot and post it in the comments. Those who fulfill these conditions will get a 15-minute free reading from me as a token of gratitude. Let's get going, get into the reading. First, let me tell you about what is happening with the planets. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, partnerships, marriage, luxury, home, money, abundance, lavishness. It is also said to represent the feminine aspect. Though if you see in our Vedic astrology, it is called as Shukra or Shukracharya, who was the guru of the Asuras or the demons, but he was also the brother of Devi Lakshmi. So Venus will be entering the sign of Virgo on 23rd October and will remain there till 17th of November. The Lord of Virgo is Mercury, who is the lord of the mind, communications, thought processes, electronic, all about communication. Virgo is also very analytic. It's very mind about mind games, and Venus hates to play these mind games. It just wants to love and have some fun. Mercury is also retrograde at this time while we speak, and it will be till November. I have made a video upon the Mercury retrograde. You can check it in the list. I will also add a link in the description. So how will it affect us? We will see the reality of situation because of this transit. Our false beliefs and illusions will be shattered about love and relationships. We may be holding some illusions while Venus was in Leo, exaggerated illusions which will suddenly be hit by reality and it will break. Our false beliefs will totally be disintegrated. The mind will see the truth. We may also face loss of money or breakdown of things like cars, phones or partnerships may happen. So we need to be very careful of our expenditure. We should not spend too much. We should not indulge too much in shopping or our other senses, because Venus tends to take us towards luxurious things and buying too much or doing something excessively. So be very careful, but don't see this as a negative aspect. It's a good thing because we will be faced with reality. This is also a good time to go within to connect to a higher self, God or a guru or whoever we may believe in. So let's see what the cards have to say. Let's begin with the sign of Aries. So I'll be pulling out a Moonology card to see what energy will this bring into our life. What energy will this Venus transit bring into our lives? We have a new romantic cycle begins. Lovely Aries. New moon in Libra, and we are in the Libra season, and Libra is all about relationship. A new romantic cycle will be beginning for some of my Aries friends. You will be ending issues that were bothering you in your relationship. Maybe you were having unrealistic expectations from your partner or unrealistic dreams and illusions about how a relationship should be, how your future should be, and how romance should be in your life. But you have finally shared it, and that will help you come closer to your person. Or you may find a new person because you have ended an old cycle. Remember, I had told this is a good time to end old cycles and begin new one. And the cards have been saying that for quite some time now. Let the old go and let a new romantic cycle begin for you. So let's see which major area will be affected. I will be pulling out a major card now. See which major area of our lives will be affected by the Venus transit. We have the Fool card, so new beginnings. Wow. Two cards saying new. Lovely Aries. So you will be ending a major cycle this month, it looks like, and you will be beginning a very major new cycle here. There is an end to some hardships, some difficulties, some old paradigms that you may be holding on to. It could also mean end of some old beliefs, end of an old relationship, and beginning of a new romantic cycle. It could also mean end of a way of thinking, end of some fears or beliefs that you were holding on to, end of a project, end of a job, end of a cycle that you have been struggling with. And Aries have been going through a lot for the last 2-3 years. They have been going through a lot of difficult phases, and finally there will be an end to that cycle and a new romantic cycle will begin. Wow, Aries, so happy for you. So let's see what blessings will come with this Venus transit. What blessings will come with the Venus transit? You have a blessing on your day. Maybe you have been having a lot of issue with your days, or you may be going through a difficult time. Your days are difficult. You have been struggling to be happy, struggling to find love, struggling to find money. You will be blessed with the day. If you also see there's so much green in this, and she's hugging the tree. So I feel if your energy has been scattered, you have been going through a lot, you will now find grounding. Green is also about money, which Venus brings. You may also find abundance. You will get grounded. Things that were up in the air in your life till now, you could feel it is happening. You could feel there is something here. You could feel this relationship will appear. You were feeling this project will happen, or this job will come, or this money will come, but it was not coming in the tangible. Here I'm getting the message that it will now be grounded, it will now be visible, and it will come into your reality, it will come into your tangible truth. What was all up in the air, you will see the consequences of your karma, you will see the payment for your hard work, and you will see the goodness come into your life in a very tangible and physical way. Wow. So let us pull out two cards to see what do we need to be careful about in this transit. What should we be careful about during this transit? What should we be careful about during this transit? We have the Empress and we have the Hermit. Both major cards. So Aries, you will have to be majorly careful about this because they are both major cards. What I'm getting from this is that you will have to be careful not to be too giving, too loving, too caring, putting others before you. You have always done that. So now take care of your own self. Be more loving towards yourself. Draw your boundaries. Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Indulge in self-love, self-caring. Go for massages, do meditate, do yoga. Do whatever you feel the need for. Whatever you are called for. If you want to rest, rest. If you want to work, work. Don't let others push you to do things that you don't want to do. So I'm feeling that you need to be more careful here about yourself. More caring, more loving, more nurturing, and more respectful for yourself. Show more self-care than care for others, and don't let others take advantage of you. Don't let others take advantage of your goodness, take advantage of your loving and giving nature, and take advantage of your generosity. The Hermit card also is telling me that you need to go within. You have been doing that a lot. You have been isolating yourself. You have been going within. You have been trying to learn your lessons. You have been seeking light inside within yourself. You have been healing yourself. But don't isolate yourself too much. Keep in touch with the people around you, with your family, friends, relatives. Don't isolate yourself too much. Communicate and stay in touch with everyone around you. Don't isolate yourself too much. That is what I'm getting from these cards. Finally, let's see how it will affect our love life. How will it affect our love life, since Venus is all about love and relationships? You got the card, this could be the one. You're already met the romantic partner you see. For those of you who have met someone recently or were dating someone and are doubtful and things are not going correct or things are not going as you had anticipated, you like this person but nothing is happening. The universe is saying that this could be the one, this could be your soulmate or twin flame, and the universe is working towards bringing you together. Let's pull out one last card. It says chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So the person you are thinking about, he or she is the one, and you have amazing chemistry between you both. So don't doubt your connection. Don't worry about it. It is a soulmate connection or twin flame connection, and something good will come out of it because a new romantic cycle is beginning. Your new beginnings are coming. Have faith, Aries. The universe is working for you to make things happen for you. All the best for your future life. Take care. Bye bye. Like Taurus, and welcome to my reading. This is a reading for you. What effect will Venus have on your energies? How will it affect you, this Venus transit? So first we'll pull out a monology card to see what energy will this Venus transit bring into your life. What energy will the Venus transit bring into your life? You have meditate and contemplate. New Moon and Pisces. So the Venus energy is calling you to go within, meditate and contemplate. Pay more attention to yourself, your inner being. Find the answers within yourself. Do more meditation. Contemplate on the choices you have made. And Rahu is sitting in Taurus. So Rahu will tend to push you towards extravagance, towards extramarital affairs, to multiple partners, to running behind materialistic things. It has that effect when it is in your sign. Don't let it do that to you. Get more into meditation and contemplation. Remember, these addictions will not lead you anywhere. They will just damage you and your mental and spiritual health. To be in control of the effects of Rahu and to protect yourself from all these addictions that it will bring inside you, or it will push you towards these addictions. Meditation and contemplation will help you in this, to keep yourself grounded, to keep yourself protected from the ill effects of Rahu being in your sign. Okay, let's see which major area of your life will be affected by this Venus transit. You have the Magician. The Magician is all about using your resources to make things happen. The law of manifestation, of using your spiritual abilities, and you did get meditate and contemplation. So you will meditate, contemplate, use your spiritual abilities to bring things into the tangible. So if you have been wanting to gain something, you have been wanting to do something in your life but didn't have the strength to do it, remember, the universe has given you all the resources. You have everything you're needed. You are also connected to the divine. When you meditate, you will get the answers. The universe will connect with you, give you the messages, give you the answers, give you the ideas that you're seeking, give you the direction that you're seeking, and it will help you bring it into the tangible and reality. The more you meditate and contemplate, the more manifestation you will bring into your life. So let us see what blessing Venus will bring into your life. What blessing Venus will bring into your life. What blessing Venus will bring into your life. You have a blessing for a good man and father. If you have been struggling with your relationship with your father or with the men around you, whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter, you will find a blessing during this Venus transit. Mars is retrograde, so that is creating a lot of tension for the divine masculines or the masculine energy. Masculine energy is going within, contemplating and meditating a lot. It is bringing about a change in the masculinity within us and in the men around us. Remember, feminine and masculine is present in all of us. We all have both yin and yang, and we have been working on the divine masculine part of ourselves, even the men around us. So you will find that this Venus combining with the Mars transit, I think it will help you realize and connect with the men around you. You will see what is good, what is bad. You will be able to stand up for yourself. You will have healthy relationship with the men around you. You will not try to bulldoze them or be aggressive with them, and they will learn how to not be aggressive with you. You will learn to stand up for yourself. They will learn to have a balanced relationship with you. That will create a blessing of good men around you. Maybe you are surrounded with men who are overindulgent in addictions and aggressive and running behind money and materialistic things and are not into meditation and contemplation. So some way you will learn with your meditation and contemplation. When you move higher in your vibration, you will connect with the right type of people who are good for your soul, who are good for your heart. You will drop the relations that are materialistic and not meant for you anymore. and the right man will come into your life. This meditation may also help you realize how your father has been working for you, how your father has helped you, and you will develop a better relationship with him. So what do you need to be careful about, Taurus, during this transit? What do you need to be careful about during this transit? You have the Queen of Rods and you have Judgment. What you need to be careful about here is there could be a feminine energy in your life. It could be an Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, or someone depicting those qualities whom you should be careful about, who may be a bad influence to you, who may be a negative influence to you, who may be interfering into your life and causing distress, anxiety, anger, or bringing your energy down. And you need to make a judgment call about this person. So be careful about what judgment call you make or what direction you take in this relationship, because this is coming as a not so good influence in your life and you may have to let this person go. So depending on each situation it would be different. You need to be careful about what direction you take, what call you make, what you start and which direction you take. It also is telling me not that you are sometimes very judgmental about people, very harsh with your criticism and judgment. So don't be too judgmental about people. Give them a fair chance. Give them the benefit of doubt. Be open and clear and ask them before you pass any judgment on their behavior. Could be possible that you are wrong. Also be careful not to be too fiery, too aggressive in your approach. I did mention aggressiveness here. Maybe you should be careful not to be too controlling, not to be too indulge in your sexual desires, not to be too aggressive, not to be too materialistic, not to be too controlling and dominating of other people. Okay, let's see how it will affect our romantic life. It says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. And we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So I feel, Taurian, some of you are in a relationship with someone and you have family issues, maybe inner child healing or past life issues, something in your family. There may be some patterns or cycles in your family that are preventing you from moving forward in your love life, that are blocking your love life, that are not letting you be happy and contented and peaceful. So the universe is telling you to ask your friends for help. Accepting support is not a sign of weakness. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. So find the right people who can help you and ask them to help you in this situation. They will definitely help you. Heal yourself, heal your inner child, and that will help you take the right decision in your life. Meditate and contemplate also. That is also important. So that was your reading, Taurians. I hope you liked it. If you did, do like, share and subscribe. And thank you for being here. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello Geminis. This is your reading for the transit of Venus in Virgo. Let us see what energy this transit will bring into your life. We have the answers you are seeking are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Wow. You got your own full moon. So maybe when there is a full moon in Gemini, you will get the answers. So maybe you have been in a situation that is very puzzling, confusing. You can't understand which direction to take, what is the truth, whether you should take this job, leave this job, or you should start this project or not, buy this house or no, leave this house or no, change your city or no, leave a relationship or no, start a relationship or no. There could be any number of problems that you may be facing. So if that confusion is still there, remember Rahu has been in your sign for quite some time now and that has affected your decisions. As Rahu has moved out and when Venus is moving into Virgo, there will be more clarity in your thought. Your mind will become clear. All your confusions and the fog in your mind will get cleared and you will get the answers that you have been seeking. Let us see which major area of your life will be affected. Which major area of your life will be affected? Which major area of your life will be affected? You have Judgment. So there has been a decision I feel that you have been confused about and not been taken for some time now, which is overdue. You need to make this decision. You need to take that judgment call, which you're not doing. All this confusion, all this fog that Rahu has created in your mind has been stopping you or blocking you from moving forward in to take this decision. But now with Venus moving into Virgo, your mind will get cleared, all the fog will get cleared. You will look at things very objectively, very logically, and very clearly, and you will be able to make the decision that you have been holding on for some time now. So an important decision needs to be made, so pay attention to that, Gemini. Alright, let's see what blessing is coming into your life. You have a blessing to heal your relationship. This confusion or this judgment that you need to make is about a relationship. You have not been able to decide whether you want to go forward with this person, whether it is right or wrong, whether it is good or bad, and should you do it, should you not do it, or maybe leave a person. Maybe you want to break your marriage, you want to break a affair that you have been having, or a relationship that you have been having, or a partnership that you are having. Could also be a business partnership. You don't know what is happening in this relationship. Things are not going right, things are very confused, things are not moving in the right direction. So this is a chance to heal this relationship. You are getting a blessing to heal that relationship. Maybe you love that person, but things are not going right between them. You will be able to heal. You will get clarity to make that call whether you need to continue this relationship or break it, or you will be able to heal this relationship with whomever you are having around you. I'm also getting maybe some of you needed to apologize to someone and you didn't do that, and now you will be clear and your ego is not so strong, and you will be able to see your faults, and you will be able to come forward and say sorry and revive that relationship and heal it. Okay, so what do you need to be careful about during this transit? What is it that you need to be careful about in this transit? You have the Page of Rods, and you have the Seven of Rods. So two rod signs, it's two fire signs. So there may be some fire sign who is important in your life, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be a young person, a page, or it could also be your child, or maybe the relationship with your child is damaged and you need to heal it. What you need to be careful about is this person. Be careful how you interact with them. Be careful what you say to them. Don't be too defensive. Don't be too pushy with them. Don't resist what they want to say to you, or don't stop them from opening up to you and expressing themselves. You may be too judgmental or too pushy about them, and that is causing a damage in the relationship. So be more open to receiving from them. Be more open to exchanges from them, to communication from them, to spend time and try to understand them. Don't be judgmental about them, their actions, their words. Be more open and receiving. That is what I'm getting here. Let's see how it will affect your romantic life. You have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. You have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Maybe you are in a relationship, a love relationship that is having a lot of passion, and there's a lot of desire and sexual chemistry between you both. But end of the day, there may be some things that are not right. It may just be a physical attraction. It may just be a lot of chemistry, but nothing more beyond that. So be careful and pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you, or there may be something about that person that is not developing you in the right way, or that is damaging you in certain way. Sometimes some relationships, they make us very fearful. They make us very insecure, we become over possessive, we become very negative in our approach to life. So we have to be very careful about these relationships. They are the red flags. So they may, even though there is a lot of chemistry, attraction, passion, infatuation, but if that relationship is not helping you grow, then you need to be very careful about whether you should go forward with that relationship or not. So that is your reading, Gemini, for the Venus transit in Virgo. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, do like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. Take care. Hello Cancer, and welcome to your reading. This is your reading for the Venus transit in Virgo. Let us begin with what energy will this transit bring into your life? What energy will this transit bring into your life for Cancerians? You have adjustments are required, the third quarter moon. So maybe somewhere in your life there is something that is not balanced. There is something that is not giving you peace, or it could be a relationship, a job, or a project, or something around your house or work, or anything it could be. And you have been feeling stuck there. Remember, adjustments are required. So you will need to adjust in certain ways with the other person, or with your colleagues, or in your relationship with your partners. Adjustments are required here. Once you adjust, things will move forward smoothly. Let us see which major area will be affected in your life with this transit. Which major area is affected? You have the Hanged Man. So I feel somewhere you have been feeling stuck up about something, and you are not being able to move forward in any direction. What you need here is to look at things from a different perspective, and that I think will come with Venus in Virgo. As I said in the beginning introduction, that a lot of illusions will get shattered, a lot of beliefs will get changed during this time, a lot of reality will hit home. So you will realize your mistakes, or maybe where you need to bring adjustments, where you have been wrong, where you need to show more compassion, where you need to be more kind, where you need to be more loving and caring, and how you can adjust with other people to bring harmony and peace into your life. That is the lesson you are learning at this time. Let's see what blessings will this transit bring to you. What blessings will this transit bring to you? You have a blessing of growing older. Some people see this as a very negative thing of growing older, but I say it's a very positive thing, because it shows that you will have a long life. You will have the blessing to grow old. We see so many young deaths happening. So if you're getting blessed to grow older, that means you have a long life. You are being blessed with a longer life. You will also gain more wisdom as you grow old. You will realize that things are not as bad as you see. You have been surrounded by difficulties, and you are feeling that you are in the worst scenario, you are in the worst situation in the world. And many of you may be feeling, with this lockdown, I know it has been very difficult for people. We have got isolated, we have become lonely sometimes. With the difficulties in finance, difficulties without maids, and doing the homework, working from home, getting overworked. It has been stressful for many people, and there have been so many suicides also. So it can be overwhelming at some time, but remember, that is not the answer to a problem. It's always good to let that time pass. Just be patient. This too shall pass. Just like the good times don't remain, bad times also don't remain. So we have to just hold our patience and hold on to ourselves, our sanity, and stay put while this difficult time passes. And things will get fine, and then you will be able to grow old and wise with this and mature. When this phase passes away, you will be able to be a beacon of light for others, to show them and guide them, to help them tide over their difficulties with your experience. So let's see what you need to be careful about at this time. What do you need to be careful about during this Venus transit? You have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords, and I was just speaking about feeling this, that you may be feeling stuck and helpless and hopeless in a situation or in your current situation. It's so beautiful when the cards resonate with what I say. I'm getting the downloads and the card seconded. So you need to just be more generous. Look at this. This is the Six of Pentacles, where a person is giving. So, and you have adjustments here. So maybe you're not giving enough of yourself. So start giving more, start communicating more with people, be more generous with people, and you will get out of this situation. Sometimes we are so overwhelmed with our own situation that we don't pay attention to the difficulties of the people around us. I always tell people, when you are feeling lack, when you are feeling anxious, scared, helpless, hopeless, at that time help other people. When we start helping other people, whether it's in a small way, you give a beggar 5 rupees or 10 rupees, whatever, or one bread piece or one biscuit, whatever smallest thing you can do, share what you have, give what you can, and that gives you empowerment, that makes you feel stronger, that makes you feel better, that makes you realize that you don't need 1,000 rupees to give someone or help someone. Even 10 rupees can make a difference in someone's life. A small child who's begging on the streets, when he gets a biscuit packet of 10 rupees, is more happier than anybody eating in a 5-star hotel. So remember, we always have enough to give. We always have. If you don't have money, give your words, give your love, give your caring. There's always something to give to someone. Just be open to giving, just be open to see things differently. Look at how you can help others. When we help others, God helps us. The more you give, the more you receive, always. That is the universal rule. There's no two ways about it. So whenever you're feeling hopeless and helpless, start giving. That is the message coming for you. So let's see how it will affect your romantic life. How will this transit affect your romantic life? How will this transit affect your love life, romantic life? You have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And you have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Don't feel helpless and hopeless. A new love is coming into your life. As I said, just hold on to where you are. Look at things from a different perspective. Start giving. The more you give, the more you'll open yourself to receiving, and when new love will come into your life. Be fun, be playful. Don't be sad and disappointed and anxious always. Let go of the difficulties. Put them aside and just be happy and playful. Find happiness in what you have. Find happiness in where you are. And when we raise our vibration through love and happiness, then beautiful things start happening in our life. Love, playfulness will come into your life. New beginnings will happen. New beautiful starts will happen. New beautiful love will happen. Make that change in yourself always. Don't try to change your surrounding. Change yourself and your surrounding will automatically change. Your situation will automatically change. Your life will automatically change. And if you need any help at this time to make those changes or to understand anything, please feel free to contact me. I'm always available for you. My details are there in the description. You can contact me on any platform. All my links are down below. I hope this reading resonated with you, Cancerians. Take care of yourself and all the best to you. If you like this reading, do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon to receive the notifications. Thank you. Bye bye. You're welcome to your reading. This is your reading for the Venus transit in Virgo. Venus is leaving your sign and moving into Virgo on 23rd. So let's see how this will affect you now. What is the energy this transit is bringing into your life? You have balance, spirituality and practicality. The full moon in Pisces. So somewhere you need to balance your spiritual side with your practical side. Maybe you have been too practical in your approach to life or to the situations around you. You have been too ambitious, running behind materialistic gains, to fulfilling your needs and requirements of you and your family around you. Being ambitious, running behind that promotion, running behind that house, the bank balance, the cars and other things. And you need to bring more spirituality into your life. And Venus does that. It pushes you towards luxury, it pushes you towards trying to acquire more money, spend on luxuries, acquire luxurious items. It has been in you for a month now and you could have been pushed towards that side. So now maybe it is time for you to balance your practicality with spirituality. The other thing could also be that you have been going too much within yourself, not paying attention to the practical aspects of your life, being too spiritual, too absorbed in meditation and maybe other occult practices or any other, you're reading too much, meditating too much, being too spiritual in your lookout of life, which is creating a disbalance in your life. It's always good to balance your spirituality with practicality. When we are living in this world, we can't leave this world and become a sadhu or sannyasi. Then you can just leave your practicality and be spiritual. But we are here, we need to balance both. Think practically about your spirituality and think spiritually about your practicality. That will help you bring the balance. So let's see which major area of your life will be affected. We have the Lovers, the Gemini card. It could be a Gemini who could be important in your life. It could also bring a relationship into your life that is important, a loving relationship, romance that becomes important to you. It could also be a choice that you need to make. Maybe at this time there will be a major choice that you will make between two people or in your life. You will let go of one direction and you will move in the other direction. Some new romantic encounter can happen that will enrich your life, that will bring new changes into your life, that will fill your life with love. So let's see what blessings this Virgo transit is bringing to you. A blessing to shield and safeguard you. When we go into spirituality, a lot of negative energies don't like it and they start attacking us. I've gone through all that. You are getting a blessing of shielding yourself, of protecting yourself. So remember, even here in this card, if you see, the angels are protecting you both. If you find a partner, you remember that you are protected. This relationship is protected. It is a destined, soulful relationship, and you are getting a blessing of being shielded and safeguarded from any negative entities, any negative harm that may come to you or your partnership or your love relationship, and you are being protected. And don't worry, most people I see that they don't get into spirituality because they are scared. How will their practicality will suffer, and how will my material needs be taken care of if I start meditating, and I have to pay attention to work, I have to pay attention to earning money, I can't meditate, I can't do this, I can't do that. But remember, when we connect to ourselves, when we meditate, when we heal ourselves, when we raise our vibration, we automatically attract abundance towards us. The universe will automatically safeguard and protect us, and it will provide for our needs. You don't need to work as hard because your focus and your direction becomes right and good. You put yourself on the right path, you do the right thing in every given situation. You don't take the shortcut path or the wrong path. You put your hard work, you're on the right side of law, you're on the right side of morals, you're on the right side of your soul and karma. Then the universe will always protect you and take care of your needs. So what do you need to be careful about, Leo? What do you need to be careful about during this transit? What do you need to be careful about? You have the Ten of Swords. And you have the Strength. Wow. So you need to be careful about feeling this ten of swords as if everyone is against you, as if the life is against you, the world is against you, the people around you are against you. Maybe they are, maybe people are backstabbing you, maybe they are not, they are using you, misusing you, they are taking advantage of your goodness, generosity and kindness. Don't feel that there's no hope for you. Find your strength. You need to be careful of taming your emotions. Don't let yourself go down the spiral of negative emotions. Keep your strength, tame your emotions, be in control of your emotions. Don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let people take advantage of your goodness and your kindness. Show your strength, draw your boundaries. Be careful that people don't overstep and stab you in the back. Be more vigilant, be more conscious, be more aware. And remember, you are protected always. Let's see how it will affect your romantic life. You have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And you have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I feel that you have recently met someone who is a soulmate to you, and they may be very different from what you had in mind of how your soulmate should be, or what should be their nature, what should be their looks, what should be their age, where they should be, what they should work. You had a very different picture, and this person is a totally different person than what you expected. But remember, the universe is telling you to keep an open mind. Opposites do attract, and don't be judgmental about anybody. Don't have any fixed notions. Be open, keep an open mind. Sometimes people do surprise us, right? People come in different packages. So keep an open mind. This may be your soulmate. And it's time to disconnect from the world. Disconnect from all this negativity and these negative people that are around you. Leo, this is your card also of strength. So find your strength. Come into your Leo energy. That is what the universe wants you to do. Find yourself. Come into your energy. Cut off from the world. Take a retreat with this person if you want. And discover each other. Discover yourself. And you will be able to find your strength and love. Eventually, be careful not to lose yourself in this relationship. That is also a message I'm getting. Keep your boundaries, take care of your needs, focus on self-love, focus on self-respect. Don't let people or anybody in the name of love also take advantage of. So these are the messages for you, Leo. I hope they resonated with you. If they did, do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a reading. And thank you for being here. Bye bye. Take care. Hi Virgos, welcome to your reading. This is the reading for Venus moving into your sign. So Venus is moving into your sign on 23rd of October. Let's see how this energy will affect you. Let's see how this energy will affect you. Venus transit in Virgo. What is the energy it will bring into your life? You are good enough, and you have the full moon in Virgo. Wow, your own full moon. So Virgos, I know I have many Virgo friends and I'm very close to them. I love them a lot. But Virgos are very critical and judgmental about themselves as well as others. They never feel they are good enough. They are so perfectionist. They want everything to be absolutely 100% perfect, and which is a dream. It never happens. Nobody is perfect. Even our gods are not perfect. You find flaws in everyone around you, in everything. You can't, there's nothing called perfection. It is just you do your best you can and it becomes perfect. So don't be so critical about yourself, about your work or your achievements or your projects or whatever you do. Don't be too critical. Trying to be the best is good, but don't be judgmental about yourself and your others also. When you are judgmental about yourself, you become judgmental about others also. So give yourself some space. Allow yourself to relax and just breathe out, enjoy yourself and believe that you are good enough. Believe you can do what you want to do. Believe that whatever you do, whatever actions you do, your projects, your jobs, you are good at it. Don't doubt yourself. Let the self-doubts go and let the trust and faith be there that you are good enough. Indulge more in self-love, self-pampering. So let us see which major area will be affected in your life. You have temperance. which is the Sagittarius card. So there may be a Sagittarius in your life that may be important, or it could be that you need to bring more balance into your life. You need to combine and create something with someone. Don't be so judgmental. Whatever you're creating, put it out into the world. You are protected by this angel. You are supported by the angel and your gurus and masters and guides. There is beauty around you. There is sufficient abundance around you. There is sunlight around you. So don't turn your back to the sunlight. Face the sunlight. Have faith in yourself. Look at your own life. Look at your own self in a beautiful manner. If you turn your back to the sunlight, all you will see is shadows, which is not a bad thing. I always say you should address your shadows. You should look at your shadows and heal them, but bring more acceptance for yourself. We all make mistakes. We all do blunders. We all are not 100% right all the time or 100% best all the time. We go up and down in our lives in many things. So it's okay. We are human end of the day. So don't be too judgmental. Just progress slowly and steadily. Believe in yourself. Make the changes that are necessary to move forward. But keep yourself balanced. Keep yourself at high vibration. Let us see what you need, what blessings are coming to you with this transit. A blessing to lift sadness. Wow. So something in your life has been bringing sadness to you. Maybe you're looking too negatively at yourself, at your life, at the people around you. You are being too judgmental, and that is bringing a lot of sadness into your life. This transit will help you lift that sadness. Once you understand that you are good enough, you find your confidence, you find your self-love, you find your self-respect, and you balance your energies, the sadness will leave you. You will be able to lift the sadness from you as well as around you. You will help other people also lift their sadness. Stop being so judgmental and critical, Virgo. Believe in yourself, trust yourself, love yourself. Let's see what you need to be careful about during this transit. You have the Queen of Swords and you have the Two of Wands. And Venus is all about self-love, self-caring and taking care of self, pampering yourself. So there could be a Queen of Swords in your life. That would be an air sign, a woman or someone having these traits or personality. It could be a Gemini, a Libra or an Aquarian. And you need to be careful about this person. Maybe this person is very cold, very harsh, very detached, and has been saying things to you that are damaging you. It could be a mother-like figure in your house, or it could be some senior woman around you who has been saying things to you or acting in a certain way that is very critical and very judgmental about you, and that is making you lose your self-worth and self-love and making yourself see only your flaws inside you, not seeing your goodness in you. Don't let this person damage your self-confidence and your self-worth. Pay attention to this person, be aware of this person and cut them off. At least distance yourself from them for some time till you are capable enough of handling their bards and their taunts. So don't let this person damage your self-worth. Don't let this person damage you. Believe you are good enough. Don't let their critical and harsh behavior unnerve you. You also have Two of Wands, which is being at a crossroad. So you are at a crossroad. Maybe it's regarding the same person. So I think it's time for you to let them go and move in a different direction. Take the right direction. You need to be aware of which direction you take. Don't let this person push you into the wrong direction because of their behavior. Don't let them rule over you. Don't let them dominate over you and push you in the wrong path. Have the confidence and faith. You are good enough. You trust your own intuition, trust your own guidance, trust your own soul and take the right path. That will make you happy. Don't let others dominate you. So let's see how this will affect your romantic life or love life. You have released your ex. Wow, and I just said let this woman go. The time has come to clear your energy. So maybe this is an ex or someone who is having those qualities that you need to release. You have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Perfect cards for you, Virgo. You need to release this person who is being very sabotaging to your happiness and your self-worth. And you need to believe you are good enough. Once you believe you are good enough, you have faith and love for yourself. Once you radiate with love, you will attract good things into your life. You will attract the right people, you will attract romance into your life, you will attract love into your life, you will attract abundance into your life. So release this negative person out of your life. It could also be an energy or just a addiction, or maybe the person is not there but the energy is there. So just release it. Those memories are there, release them, heal them, and get out of it, so that you can raise your vibration. Indulge in self-love. You deserve it, and you will attract all the good things in life. Wow. Wonderful reading, Virgo. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a reading. Thank you for taking your time to be here. Bye-bye. Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel. This reading is for the Venus transit in Virgo. Let us see what energies this will bring towards your life. How will this transit affect your life? What energy will it bring into your life? You have end of a tough cycle approaches the full moon in Capricorn. Yeah. So Librans, you have been going through some difficult times for some time now. Maybe you have been going through hardships. We all have actually, because of this lockdown. So mental, emotional, physical, whatever hardship in your job, in your relationships, in maybe in your financials or in your family, whatever hardship that you have been going through, you're ending that cycle very soon. Maybe in the next month during this Venus transit. And Venus will be in your 12th house, which is the house of endings. Virgo is your 12th house, so it is the house of endings and releasing things that are not good for you. So that ending will come now when Venus is there. You will end that tough cycle that you have been going through. Wow. So let's see which major area of your life will be affected in this transit. You have the Empress. So somewhere I feel that you have been going through this tough cycle where you have lost faith in yourself, you have stopped respecting yourself, you have lost your self-worth and self-confidence, and this Empress is asking you to bring all that back into your life. Be more loving towards yourself, be more caring towards yourself, respect yourself more. You have abundance around you. Libra, you are the sign of abundance and relationships. Your Venus rules your house. Libra is ruled by Venus. So you are basically abundant. She is always bestowing you with her blessings. So never doubt that you will not have goodness in your life. We all go through ups and downs and tough times, but in the end, you will always be blessed with goodness and happiness. The Empress is also the divine feminine card. So it could also be a relationship where you will finally become the divine feminine. You will balance your yin and yang within you and reach the highest potential of yourself. You will be loving, caring towards your own self as well as everyone around you. Be generous, be loving, be caring. Give of your love, give of yourself to people. Share your goodness with others. It could also be a pregnancy, because the Empress is also pregnant. So maybe some of you may get pregnant. If you want to, be careful if you don't want to. Or you may hear about a pregnancy, about someone around you and your family. Let's see what blessings this transit is bringing for you. You have a blessing to bring clarity. Wow. There's so much purple and so beautiful in this card. So there is a lot of crown chakra energy here. And when we connect with the divine, when we connect with our higher self, it always brings more clarity. We listen to our intuition. Our thoughts become clear, our confusions are cleared when we can meditate and connect to a higher self. So I feel this card is telling you to believe more in yourself, to meditate more, to be more loving, increase your self-worth, increase your vibration, meditate, love, indulge in your senses. And once you raise your vibration, you love yourself so much, your vibration will go high, you will trust your intuition. It will bring clarity to your situation. It will bring clarity to how to end this tough cycle. You will be able to get out of this situation. So let's see what you need to be careful about during this transit. What do you need to be careful about during this transit? You have to hermit. And you have the Three of Wands. So what you need to be careful about is not isolating yourself, not making long-term plans without paying attention to the now. Don't isolate yourself. Go within and find your answers. We also got this card to go within and find yourself. So take some time alone. Don't surround yourself always with people and crowds. Libra has the tendency to do that because you are about relationships. You want to be around people. You like to be around people. But take some alone time and contemplate what you need to do. Get your clarity and then only move forward. Don't move forward without getting this clarity. Yeah, that's the message I'm getting for you. Let's see how this transit will affect your love life, Libra. How this transit will affect your love life. You have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. Now you have two cards about clarity. You have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. What I'm getting is that if you have been looking for relationships or if you are in a relationship that is being affected by your religious factors, you need to bring a balance within yourself. You need to find your self-worth, your self-love. Once you do that, you will always attract good, positive things into your life. I always tell people, don't run behind finding love or finding or changing things outside, and don't complain about what other people are doing. Don't complain about what is happening around you. Find the answers within you. Make the changes within you. Trust your own self. Everything in our life comes to change us, to heal us, to lift our vibration. It's just a way to show us where we are lacking. So some way the relationships around us, they make us insecure, they make us fearful. We need to let go of that. We need to find our center. We need to ground ourselves. We need to find our own abundance with or without a relationship. We need to find our own self-love, self-confidence, self-worth. Once we find that and connect to the divine, bring more clarity which direction you want to go, what you want in your life, what you don't want in your life. Before moving forward in any direction, go within, find your clarity. Once you are clear, the right person will come into your life, the right type of people will come into your life, the right type of love will come into your life. There may be some religious and spiritual factors that are blocking you. Maybe you have met a person whom you like, but their religious beliefs don't match yours. So you need to find a middle path. You need to find someone who resonates with you and someone who can love you for who you are, who won't try to change you, who won't try to change your beliefs, who won't try to who accepts you with your background, with your past, with your religious thoughts and beliefs and patterns, and will not judge you based on them, will not try to change you or make you something that you are not. So it's very important that we know what we are, what we stand for, what are our rights and wrongs, what are our good and bads before we get into a relationship or make any long-term plans with anyone, because in future it will always create a conflict or a discord between us. Today we may move ahead because of the attraction or infatuation or love that we feel, but later in life these factors will become important and they may cause the red flags. So be aware, be conscious that you're not allowing people push your boundaries. You are being connected to the divine. Your actions are based on your clarity and your connection to the divine. You're following your intuition, you're following your soul. Be aware. So these were the messages for you, Librans. I hope you liked it. If you did, do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for taking your time to be here. Bye bye. Take care. Welcome to your reading, Scorpions. How are you doing? This is your reading for Venus in Virgo. So let us begin with what energy will this transit bring into your life. What energy will this transit bring into your life? You have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Wow. Scorpions, you're in for a lucky streak, a lucky month for you. Great. So maybe you have been feeling down on luck with this lockdown and this COVID situation happening. Things have not been moving in your direction. Things have not been going in the way you want it to go. But luck is now going to favor you. Things are going to move in your direction. Things are going to happen to you that you never dreamed of. Lucky encounters will happen. Lucky abundance will come into you. So luck is on your side. Move forward. Don't be scared. Let's see which major area of your life will be affected. And you have the death card, which is your own card of Scorpio. So I feel you will be majorly affected. There is something about you in your life that is not going in the right direction, that you feel is somewhere you have been moving towards a difficult cycle, and now that phase is going to end. The death card is endings and new beginnings, transformation. It's moving towards sunlight and this healthy beginning. Your difficult phase is going to come to an end, Scorpios, within this next month. And luck will be on your side to take you forward in the right direction. Good things will manifest in your life. You will be able to make the changes you have been wanting to change. You will be able to let go of the relationships or people that you wanted to let go. You will be able to end the difficult job that you wanted to. You will be able to leave the certain place or situation that was bothering you and making you feel down. Luck is on your side. Positive things will start happening for you. Lot of transformation. Death is the card of transformation. Do mention in the comments to let me know what happens. I would love to hear. So let's see what blessing is coming to you. You have a blessing of fire. Wow. There's so much red in the card. The red is about the base chakra. Fire is also about base chakra, the element of the base chakra. I think a lot of materialistic gains will come to you because base chakra is all about a material abundance, about money, about luxuries, about wealth, about material goods. Having the abundance in the richness and wealth, and you have luck is on your side, and the base chakra is all about it. Maybe the luck that is coming to you, the transformation is coming, that you have been very low in your financial department, you have been worried and sick, and now luck is coming to you and you will make a lot of gains. You will be raring to go forward. You will find the lucky chance to move forward. You will find the abundance that you deserve, and you will be able to make a new start. It could also mean that a woman or maybe a man who is a fire sign may come into your life that may bring this luck to you. It could be an Aries, Leo or Sagittarius also who will help you bring that luck, who will help you make that transformation. Let's see what things you need to be careful about in this transit. What do you need to be careful about in this transit? You have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Wands. Wow, 2 threes. But what I'm getting here is if you have been in a third party situation, because there are 2 threes, this is also a message I'm getting. If you have been in a third party situation, it's time to end this and make new beginnings. Luck is on your side. So if you have been stuck and felt you can't move forward, now you will get a breakthrough and you will be able to move in a right direction. You will be able to end one of these situations and move in the right direction with the right person. It could also mean that you have been too stuck in waiting for the right moment. You're not taking any action and it's time to take action. Stop indulging in excessive behaviors in friendships and drinking when enjoying with friends. You may be using it as a distraction to keep yourself away from all the tensions that you're having. We do that, we get into addictions to distract ourselves from the heavy burdens that we are carrying or the pain that we are carrying in our heart, the difficulties. We don't want to face our issues, so we distract ourselves. We indulge in drinking or drugs, or some become workaholics, some become foodaholics. Even the social media is another distraction. We indulge too much in TV and too much in social media, and we are not working on ourselves, not facing the issue. But it's very important that we face our issues and deal with them and make the transformation ourselves. Things don't happen on their own, we have to put in the effort. So the universe is telling you, don't distract yourself too much, be careful of just staying in the stagnant energy and not moving forward. Make long term plans, make transformations, and move forward. Let's see how it will affect your romantic life or your love life. It says calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And you have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So somewhere maybe you have been praying for your soulmate, you have been calling in your soulmate, and now luck is on your side. You will meet your soulmate. There will be a lot of passion between you both. It will be love at first sight, because soulmates and twin flames, they have that, they click instantly. They have that connection. The moment the eyes meet, the souls recognize each other and they know they are meant for each other. A lot of soulmates are going through this transition at this time where they are stuck in some situation and in a third party situation, and they are not being able to let go of one relationship for another. They are clinging and moving between both. So I think you have been praying for your soulmate to be manifest into your life and you don't know how to make the changes. So now this transformation will occur, this luck will come to you, and you will be able to move forward with passion and love, and that will make your heart sing, that will make your heart happy. Soulmate relationships bring happiness and joy to us that no other relationship can bring. The way you know that you are with a twin flame or a soulmate is by the way they are, just when they send you a hello or a hi, and your heart will just blossom into beauty, and you will feel that love and passion and excitement and love inside you, that happiness, joy inside you. No one else can bring that happiness and joy to you like they do. That is the way to know you are with your soulmate. I think it is time for you to get into your soulmate relationship and move forward in that. That will be the transformation that is coming into your life. So Scorpios, I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, do like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Bye-bye. Hello Sagittarians, welcome to your reading. This reading is for transit of Venus in the sign of Virgo. So let us see how your energies will be affected by this transit. What energy will this transit bring into your life? What energy this transit will bring into your life? You have balance, spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. So somewhere Sagittarians, I feel you have not been balancing your spirituality and practicality. Either you have been too practical or you have been too spiritual. You have been moving like a pendulum between practicality and spirituality. You have been too ambitious, too focused on your work, too focused on the material part of your life, too focused on gaining wealth, too focused on relationships and people around you and the work around you. Manifesting money, manifesting house, car or whatever that you have been running behind, and you have been ignoring your spiritual self. So it's a time to bring more spirituality into your life. Focus on your inner part, focus on your intuition, focus on your soul, and bring it in balance. There may be some of you who are too focused on your spirituality and not being focusing on your practicality. So you have been too focused on meditation, learning the divine sciences or occult or tarot card readings or Reiki, and you have been too focused on all that, connecting to divine, and you have not been paying attention to your practical side. You have not been paying attention to abundance, money, doing your karma. And remember, we need to balance dharma with karma. We can't just keep going behind one thing and ignoring the other. Both have to be in balance. So your dharma and karma both have to be in balance. But remember, you have to do your practical shows with spirituality and do your spiritual pursuits with practicality. That is the balance that you need to bring. Remember, there is always a higher power that is working within us. always. If you're feeling that lack of abundance, the lack of money in your life, remember to connect to your divine self, your abundant self. The world is abundant. There is unlimited supply of water, there's unlimited supply of air, there's unlimited supply of trees, food, fruits. Look at what the universe has given you. Rivers, oceans, unlimited. Tap into that energy. Stop living in that lack mentality. The universe has enough and can give you enough. You need to open yourself to receive it. So once you balance your spirituality and practicality, the universe will open its gates to you. You will receive whatever you want. You will be able to manifest whatever you want in your life. Bring that balance within yourself. Stop letting your ego make you run in the wrong direction. Learn to control your ego. Learn to control your worldly desires and tame them with your spirituality, and believe that you will always be taken care of, you will always be protected, and abundance will always be available. So let us see what major changes are coming into your life. You have the Empress. What major change you need to bring in your life is bring more self-love. Maybe you have been not feeling good enough. You feel you don't have enough. You don't have enough abundance. You don't have enough love. You don't love yourself enough. You don't have enough self-worth, self-confidence to take any action in your life. And the universe is telling you that tap into your Empress energy. This is the divine feminine energy. Either you are in a twin flame relationship and there's a divine feminine who is important in your life and you need to make a major change with her, or it could be you need to tap into your own divine feminine energies and bring that balance. You need to bring this balance of the yin and yang, of the masculine and feminine. You have been too masculine, too aggressive, too materialistic, and too egoistic in your approach to life, and now you need to bring the feminine part of you forward. Try to be more compassionate, be more generous, be more loving, be more caring, be more creative, be more flowery, be more musical. All these arts and crafts and loving and creative pursuits, they are all feminine energy. Our intuition is feminine. So tap into your intuition, connect to the divine, and you will get all the answers. You will realize that you are abundant. The Empress is abundant. She has a lot of everything. Controls her land. She is the ruler of a world. So you need to balance your spirituality and practicality and bring your feminine energy forward. Remember, you are the Empress. You have everything within you. You can create whatever you want. Trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, believe in what the universe is telling you, trust in the messages, trust in your feminine qualities and allow them to flourish. Maybe you are suppressing them, you're not expressing them, you're not expressing your kindness, your compassion, your love, your caring, your vulnerability, your sadness, your emotions, you're suppressing them. So the time has come to express them and to own them. Let them be given equal importance in your life than the practical side. Bring that balance of emotions within you. Let's see what blessing is coming to you. You have a blessing on a friendship. Wow. You may be blessed with a friendship that may be important to you. When you can love yourself, when you move towards spirituality, you move on a different vibration, you move to a different level, and at that level your old friends who are so much in their ego or so much in their ambitions and material and worldly pursuits, they will fall off. You will outgrow them, they will stop resonating with you, and you will find new friendships that are more connected to the soul, that are more connected at a deeper level, where words are not important. They are two different individuals, two different species, but there's a language that connects them, the language of love, the language of knowing, the language of caring. So that is the type of friendships you will attract into your life, where it will be beyond the ego, beyond the words, beyond the material plane. It will be a spiritual plane, a spiritual level of friendships will be attracted into your life. And those are the real ones. People who connect to your soul are the real deal. Those in the world we mostly find fake friends, right? Who will backstab us, who will use our ideas and make... I have faced that so many times. I discuss ideas with people, they take it and they make their own stuff. I release a video or a workshop, within few days you find 10 other people in my group posting similar videos or workshops. That happens all the time. You have to outgrow them and let them go and find a true soul relationship. So let's see what you need to be careful about. You have the Page of Rods. and you have the strength card, which is the Leo card. So somewhere you need to be careful about maybe a Leo young person in your life who is taking you in the wrong direction. That could also be, or who is not conducive to you. A Leo person who is not right to you. It could also be that somewhere you need to be careful about what progress are you making, in which direction. Maybe you're holding yourself back too much, you're taming your emotions too much, you have been showing too much strength in controlling things and trying to be very controlling, and you have been blocking yourself, you have been blocking your emotions, you have been taming your fun side, taming your carefree side, your feminine side. You have been taming it and keeping it suppressed for too long. So the time has come for you to release it and make a new beginning. Be careful to not hold it back for too long. You may lose a chance for a new beginning. Take a different path, start a new venture, start a new project, start a new friendship. Move in a different direction. Let's see how it will affect your romantic life. It says trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Release your egg. The time has come to clear your energy. Somewhere maybe you have been holding on to a relationship that is not conducive to you, that is not making you happy for practical reason, which is causing you a lot of pain and angst and anxiety and ill health. So you need to have trust and faith that the direction you're moving on, the new path that you're taking is the right path. Have faith. You're getting a blessing of friendship. So this new path, the new friendship that you create, have faith that it will be the right thing. Trust in yourself. Believe in your intuition. Believe in your emotions. Your body, your soul, your heart is telling you something. Stop letting your mind and ego dominate you and block you. Have the strength to move forward. Have the strength to release your ex that is causing you all anxiety and pain. Once you release this negativity from your life will be filled with positivity, new friendships, new love, trust, faith, happiness. So Sagittarians, I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. And thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello Capricorns, and welcome to your reading for the Venus transit in Virgo. Let's see what energies are coming into your life with this transit. Let's see what energies are coming into your life with this transit. We have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Wow, you have your own new moon. You have been working very hard, Capricorns, for the last 2-3 years with Saturn in your own sign. It has been pushing you to your limits, making you go within, making you heal, making you let go of things that are not serving you. You have been working very hard to improve yourself, to bring yourself to where you are now, to let go of things that don't serve you, to learn new things, to grow yourself, to heal yourself. You have healed eons and eons of trauma and pain and hurt. And now the time has come that your hard work will pay off. You have really put in a lot of hard work for your life, and now it's payback time. Saturn has moved direct in your sign and Jupiter will move into it very soon. So payback times, Capricorns, enjoy, time to enjoy your life. Let's see what major changes will come into your life, what major aspect is changing into your life. You have the death card of the Scorpio. So maybe a Scorpio will be important in your life, and it could also be that some major transformation will happen in your life during this month of Venus in Virgo. There will be an end to a cycle. You have been working very hard, you have been going through a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, a lot of competition and at work, a lot of difficulties in your relationships. Life has been really hard with you, and Saturn has seen to it that you have learned the lessons. And I feel now that cycle is ending and big transformation will happen in your life. All those hardships will get over and your luck will be on your side. You will get the benefit of your karma. Saturn is the planet of karma and it makes you do the grind. But end of the day, he will always pay you for your karmas. He will always give you the good results of your good karma. So the good results will come soon. There will be a great transformation happening in your life. A great change will come into your life. Capricorns. Wow, lovely. Let's see what blessing is coming to you. You have a blessing on your creativity. So if you've been feeling blocked, not being able to create the life you wanted, not being able to move forward in the direction you wanted, not being able to do the things you wanted, make the changes you wanted, you were feeling stuck, you didn't know how to do it, how to take it forward, what changes to make, how to resolve your situation, everything was foggy, everything was very confusing, there was no light, there was only darkness around you. Now you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. You will be creative. Your creativity will come back. You will move in a good direction. You will be able to create the changes you want. You will be able to create the life you want. You will be more creative in your work. You will be more creative in your relationships. You will see a different beautiful creativity that will enter your life. So let's see what you need to be careful about during this transit. You have the Page of Cups and you have the Emperor. The Emperor is the divine masculine, or a person who may be elder to you, could be a father figure or a dominating person around you. The Page of Cups could be a water sign, that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or a person depicting those qualities. We also have the Scorpio card here, so it could be a Scorpion. Be careful about a new offer or a new relationship that may come to you. It may not be as it looks. It may not be what it's meant to be. So someone may apologize, but they may not change, People do that. They say sorry, but they go back to their old ways. So it may be that. So take it, whatever comes to you with a pinch of salt. Don't fall for it. Be discerning about what direction you take. I'm also getting you need to be careful about your father's health. Maybe some problem may occur, or there may be a fight or tussle with your father or a father figure in your life, which may cause some anxiety and sadness. Or a person elder to you, a boss, or it could be anyone. It could also mean that if you are a boss, you are a father, or if you are someone who's dominating and controlling, don't be too dominating. Let other people be more loving and be more caring and be more forgiving. Don't be so uptight about dominating everyone. Don't be rigid, don't be aggressive. The Emperor is also an Aries card, so there could also be an Aries who is significant to you. Alright, let's see how it will affect your love life. You have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So you may meet up with someone who will be you in your romantic life. You may like someone. This Page of Cups is coming with this offer of love. So maybe you will spend time with them, go out and spend a holiday with them and get to know each other and understand each other better, realize what are they good and they're bad and they're ugly, and find out more about them, share more about your own self, and you will enjoy some bliss and happy times together with them. And if some of you are getting married, maybe this is a proposal of marriage that comes to you, and then you get to know each other, and then you may decide to get married and go on a honeymoon. Yeah, these are the messages for you, Capricorn. I hope you liked it. If you did, do like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get notifications when I post new videos. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your reading. This is the reading for the Venus transit in Virgo. So let's see what energies this transit is bringing into your life, Aquarians. You have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. One another sign got this. I think Scorpio got this. Yeah. So you can check out the Scorpio reading just in case you have a sun, moon or rising to get more insights. Luck is on your side. So you have been going through some difficult times, Aquarians. You have been going through some hardships, some difficult situations. With the lockdown, you may be suffering financially, emotionally, or distance from your family. And now Tide is turning in your direction. Luck is coming to you. You have suffered your karma because of the Saturn being in your 12th house. Lot of endings have happened, lot of letting go has happened, and now you're ready to receive the luck. So let's see what major change will come into your life at this time. You have the Justice card. There may be a Libra that may be significant in your life. It could also be that you will finally do justice to someone. Finally, justice will be done to you because luck is coming to you. You have suffered a lot. You have gone through a lot of difficulties, a lot of hardships, and now finally luck is coming to you and being fair to you. Your karma is being paid off. Some of you may also decide to go the legal way with someone. It could be that you sign a contract or you break a contract. There could be legalities involved, a divorce or a separation involved, or you may sign a contract for something new, some work or a new project or a new relationship which will be good for you, lucky for you. So let's see what blessings are coming to you, Aquarius. What blessings are coming to you with this transit. A blessing for peace of mind. So finally you're going to find your peace of mind. Finally you will connect to divine. You will be connected to the source. You will be connected to your higher self and to your spiritual self, and that will help you bring peace of mind. I always say you cannot fix outside to find peace inside. You need to fix your inside to find peace inside. Then outside will automatically become peaceful. In fact, I posted something regarding this a few days back, that you need to find your peace within you. You need to make peace with your own self, with your own beliefs, your own cycles, your own patterns, your own addictions, your own shadows. Once you find the peace within you, everything outside will automatically become peaceful. You don't need to try and go fix things outside of you. So let's see what you need to be careful about during this transit. What do you need to be careful about during this transit? We have the Ten of Pentacles and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, both Pentacle cards. So I feel some way this is involving money and legacy and permanence and a happy family. So some way what you need to be careful about is your dreams about a happy family. Or it may be an illusion. Sometimes what we dream, what ideas we have about being a happy family are very elusive and very different for us than they are for other people, and you have to be okay with that. What is the price you need to pay for this being in this family? That is also important. Being with the family causes you heartache and causes you depression, causes you sadness, causes you hurt and pain because people are hurting you. Then it means nothing, right? So you need to pay attention to that. You also need to pay attention to working more than you require. This is the Eight of Pentacles. So this person is working hard to make the money happen, and this is about money. I'm getting two messages here. You need to be careful to not work so hard. Don't become a workaholic in trying to make this abundance appear in your life. You may be thinking that I need to have so much money to get married or need so much money to be in a relationship, which is not true. Money should not be the criteria of any relationship. Don't become a workaholic and try to create that abundance just to get married or just to be in a relationship or just to fulfill your illusion of that happy family. The other thing I'm getting is maybe it's time for you now to work on your skills and master them and become perfect in your work, pay more attention to the work. Maybe you have been neglecting your work and running behind an elusive or illusionary relationship. And now it's time to focus on your work and create the abundance that you need. So take what resonates to your situation. These are the messages I'm getting. Let's see how it will affect your love life or your romantic life. It says worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. You may be in a relationship that is not moving forward, that is not going in the right direction that you want, and you have been waiting for some time now. So remember, that person is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at play. Things will fall into place when the right time comes. Don't try to push things, don't try to control things, don't run behind things that are not meant for you. Remain focused on your work and do the needful. Have patience, and it will be worth waiting for. Luck is coming on your side, so divine timing will soon manifest. You also need to heal your own family issues. There may be some inner child healing that you need to do. There is some issues within your family that you need to heal. We got the family card here and we got family issues here. So there may be some important issues that are present in your family that give you pain and anxiety, and you need to heal them, or you need to heal your inner child because you're carrying hurt and pain from your childhood that is bothering you and that is affecting your relationships. First, when we heal ourselves, then we can have healthy relationships. Then we can correct our beliefs and perceptions towards relationships. Then we can end the cycles of pain and hurt and begin new cycles. So luck is on your side, Aquarius. Do the needful, heal yourself, and you will be able to manifest a happy family. So I hope this messages resonated for you. If they did, do like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for taking your time to be here. Take care. Bye-bye. Welcome, Pisces, to your reading. This reading is for the Venus transit in Virgo. Let us see what is the energy that this transit is bringing into your life. What is the energy this transit is bringing into your life? You have shown the world the real you are. Full moon in Aquarius. Pisceans, I know you have the habit of being very shy, being very introverted, being very quiet and not expressing yourself. So it is time to show the world the real you. Show yourself, and you have Mars in your sign, which is about being an extrovert, being outgoing, being speaking up your truth, being following your dreams, moving forward. So the time has come for you to speak your truth, to show the world what you are, to come out of that shyness and believe in yourself, express yourself, follow the projects that your heart wants, follow the relationship that your heart desires, and show the world what you are made of. Show your creativity, show your talents and skills. Let the world see what you are. So let's see what major change is coming into your life. You have the Magician. Wow. So it's all about manifestation. You have the tools, Pisces, and you need to show the world what you can create. So these cards are so matching each other. You have all the tools and skills and talents necessary to create the life that you want. So just believe in yourself, connect with the divine, follow your intuitions, have trust and faith in the universe, have trust and faith in yourself, and create what you can, create what you're working on, show the world the real you, show your talents, show your skills, create the article or the book, write the book that you feel like, create the project that you feel like, create the video that you feel like, or do whatever you feel like. You have the talent, you have the power now to manifest whatever you want in your life. So bring that out and follow it up. I think this Venus is going to help you find that talent to express yourself. So let's see what blessing is coming into your life. A blessing to bring clarity. You have two purple cards here. So I think this is very important for you to connect with divine. Pisces is a sign of spirituality, a very emotional sign, a very intuitive sign, a very sign connected to the divine. So connect to your divine, connect to your intuition. It will give you the right path. It will show you the clarity to move forward, find the right direction, and then manifest and take the action to move forward. There's so much violet here. It's so beautiful, this card. We're all divine energy, the crown chakra energy. So focus on your higher self, focus on your intuition, Pisces. Allow the divine messages to come to you and follow through. Get the clarity and then manifest whatever you need to manifest. So what do you need to be careful about in this transit? What do you need to be careful about? You have 5 of rods and you have Judgment. So somewhere you need to be careful about the conflict going on inside you. Maybe there is some conflict, there is competition around you, and you get disheartened because of that, you get emotional because of that. You hold yourself back because of that, because there may be harsh energies around you, harsh people around you, lot of competition and lot of conflict around you. The moment you say I want to do this, there may be 10 people saying no, it's useless, don't do it, this is a failure, this will not happen, that will not happen, and that discourages you. So don't allow those people and their conflicts to discourage you or stop you from moving forward in the direction you want, whether it's a project, whether it's a job, whether it's a change of home, whether it's a relationship. Don't let outside influences and people's conflicts stop you from doing that. Take that judgment call and move forward. Be aware of to have the clarity first about which direction you want to go, and then manifest that into your life. So let's see how it will affect your romantic or love life. Let's see how it will affect your romantic or love life. Wow, you have wedding. This situation involves marriage. And you have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So I feel, Pisces, somewhere the conflict has been created in your life because of a relationship, and there is some issue with your families that is causing it. Maybe your family is against it, your family is not supporting it, your family is discouraging you to move forward in that direction. Or there may be your marriage that is the issue in your life, and your family is telling you to stay in the marriage even you don't like it, or it is causing you a lot of trauma and pain. So you need to heal your family issues. There is some inner child issues or cycles or patterns that have been repeating in your life. Look at them, understand why you invited this discomfort, this competition, this conflict into your life. What is causing it? What is it inside you that needs to change? Because we may leave a relationship, but if we don't change our own selves, any relationship we get into is bound to go in the same direction. It will not give us any happiness because we will keep repeating the cycles and patterns. So it is very important to heal ourselves, to heal our issues that we have with our parents. Most people suffer from inner child trauma, inner child pain and issues. Consciously or unconsciously, somewhere the parents have created some patterns within us. We don't blame them, we forgive them. So forgive your parents, forgive what they did to you. Understand that they didn't know any better, they didn't know how to do it. They were just repeating another cycle that their parents did to them. And let it go, forgive them. When you will forgive them, you will be able to get more clarity. You will be able to manifest what you want in your life, in your wedding. And if you want to get into a wedding or take a different path, you will be able to do that with more awareness, with more consciousness, with more spirituality, with more truth. You will be able to show the world the real you in this way. Stand up for yourself, take the right decision, trust your own self, trust your intuition, trust that you are protected by divine, and in that way you will be able to take the right decision, make the correct judgment call. Don't be too judgmental about yourself or the people around you. Forgive them and forgive yourself too. So these are the messages that are coming for you, Pisceans. I hope you like this reading. If you did, do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Have a great day. Bye bye.